What's going on, everybody? It's Luke here again, bringing you another Mr. FBA video. Today we are basically going over, you won't be able to see all the data on here. It's just going to be giving you a Q4 2018 and then how you can optimize that for 2019. Now I know you might be thinking that's 1 year away, but you don't want to be just discarding everything you've done this Q4 completely. You want to retain some sort of, you don't want to literally just forget that it happened, like reap the rewards, take your money, take your profit, go on holiday, whatever you're going to do, and then just forget, and then next year comes, you start afresh and you start another Q4 mindset and go from there. So what you really want to do is actually just be aware, or maybe record some data, and I'm going to go over what you can see in front of you is SELLERBOARD, and it's going to go over all the top sellers that I've done. I'm not going to actually show you what all the products are. You'll be able to see the top product up here. This is the one that I showed you the other day, or whatever it was, that I was selling. But I won't. All that you will basically be able to know is that these are all chocolates, pretty much, apart from this one here. They're all chocolates, apart from just the one. Oh, sorry, was I clicked on it? But basically, this one here is not chocolate. But all the rest, this one, so on, so on, so on. They'll be blocked out, but I will share one with you. And the reason that is that it's just to give, it's just something, you know, that you're probably going to be aware of at some point, but you just have to really be, some people think, you know, oh, yes, I can find toys in Q4, yes, I can find this, yes, I can find that, but you never really get maybe an obvious product that you definitely know is a Christmas product. That is from a relatively easy retailer that you can make constant profit on, and then you would probably use the same techniques or tactics next year for next Q4. Yeah, you could probably use it during the year. People would want to buy them, but I'll explain through this why you've really got to see. That was my second Q4. It's still part of Q4 now, but this is my second Q4. And I've actually bought the same things that I was buying last Q4, this Q4, and it's just free information. You can decide not to look back at the old stuff you purchased to see if you can rebuy them, maybe, but if you think about it, it's like you're getting free leads. You know, the top lead here, this Star Wars one, you can see roughly, so the profits here are actually underestimated. Now I need to double check before I do a full review of the SELLERBOARD software. I want to like email them and get a full understanding, because basically it doesn't, I think I know how maybe to do it, but this cost of goods is obviously what I'm buying it for, and this price is only for the UK. I don't know if this is actually representing the EU sales. Now the EU sales were more profit, and a lot of them were basically in the EU, so maybe this is taking into consideration that. Maybe it's not. Yeah, the margin is only this, and the ROI is decent, but anyway, that was just on one product that I did exactly the same last year. And if I could have sold 400 of these if I was aware from day one that I could pick these up, and I maybe travelled more. That's a problem. Sometimes you've got to actually do some travelling, and what you'll find is if you really want to optimize Q4, you've got to almost do retail arbitrage and online arbitrage combined. Maybe not literally going into stores and scanning stuff, that sort of retail arbitrage, but retail arbitrage in the sense that you've got to physically go to a store and pick up Argos things, because that was from Argos. And if some people can plan. I used to do it back in the day. I used to do weekends. I'd literally go and stay in a fancy Hilton. I'd basically reward myself in terms of I'd stay in a nice hotel, I'd have nice food, but yes, I would be going away for the weekend. Start on maybe Friday night, or Saturday morning, depends where you were going. Obviously stay over it and then do basically a loop map. It could be anywhere. I used to go all up to Milton Keynes, but obviously go up one way and come back another, and I could have a whole car full. Yeah, it's not something, it's quite manual and everything, but for that product, definitely it's a choice. If I could double this unit count, this is only for December, so I was selling these in November, so this is actually only my December up to the 21st of December, just today. So I don't actually know total how many I sold. I'll look back later and find out that stuff, but yeah, you just got to be, you really got to, I think the more Q4s you're able to push through, the more that you're able to optimize your Q4, regardless of extra capital. Of course, extra capital and better cash flow will always mean you can get things in and out faster and faster and faster. Great. But you need to find the products. You can't, you got to, yes, you can subscribe to software, but a lot of my top sellers, well, basically, all of these items here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, top 9. Oh yeah, this is December, November may be slightly different, and October. These are all products that were not from. Oh no. Oh no. Hang on a tick. Okay. Press the wrong button there. These are not products that I found from any sourcing sheets or softwares or whatever. These are. I didn't just randomly find them. I've used techniques to find them because I've learned. And once you understand everything there is to understand about Amazon, you start just seeing things that you wouldn't necessarily see. Oh, I could do that to find that. Or if A plus B is C, then why can't I do A plus D? That sort of attitude. Anyway, so let's just ignore everything that I just said because I'm just rambling again. So what we're going to do here, this item here sold 107 units. And this is so obviously this item up the top, you would not necessarily know this is going to be a Christmas item. It's a general Star Wars item. It's been selling for years. Yes, okay. But then obviously in your head, you're thinking, well, there must be seasonal items that are really good. And actually I have found that there are chocolates. Yeah. So last year I'd sold 0 chocolates, and yes, chocolates sell all year round, but you think about it, chocolates, maybe not, well, even stuff like Cadbury's and stuff sell, you see them in Sainsbury's and Asda, you get a feel for what's selling well, doing well, and all that sort of thing, just because you're aware of what you've had enough Christmases these days, enough years of Christmases to know what people buy. So it's really, you don't have to really, you could have found some of these products without doing much work. And I'm going to just share one item with you, which is this item, only because it is a Christmas specific item, and I'm not going to be buying it the rest of the year, basically, because it's literally a specialized Christmas box, so it will have Christmas written on the box. The other versions of chocolates and stuff, I'm sure if you spend enough time you could find them, but they're more likely to sell all year round, so I may just have if they're on offer, of course, because I think these are on offer, some of them. I'll definitely make sure that I've got a little bit in stock all the time, just those sort of replenishable items if they stay at the price they are, which is of course like any item. So without any more waiting, we are going to jump onto this item. So this sold, just so you can see, 107 items this month, and it is the 21st of December. And this item went out of stock 5 days ago, because I didn't want to send any in within the last week, because I wasn't sure about how booking in times, and really this is just a Christmas specialized box, and I didn't really want to be left with 50 units or something, even though I was selling, I think I did my record day of like 3,600, 3,900, just by selling chocolates. That's how crazy it was. So we're going to jump across onto the item, and it is this Thornton's extra large sharing, but you can see Christmas tree. So for me, I wouldn't really want to be buying it after Christmas, and next year it may be different. They might update the packaging and all that sort of thing. Now, you might think, okay, well, how would I find this? There's going to be tons of chocolates, and yeah, it's fine. But what? Oh, you know what? I just realised I have no keeper. This is my new laptop. You can see the quality is like a million times better. I just jump onto keeper and we'll just do it the old-fashioned way. But yeah, the reason I wasn't ever doing the video thing here is literally because it was jamming every 2 seconds, and it was just looking annoying. So we jump to the UK. It's really easy to, so that's the only annoying part now. I've got to, and yeah, I haven't got like Buybot Pro added into this and all that, but you can see quickly here, ranking 231 in groceries, so we already know roughly what that means. Do I just search for this product or something? Here we go. And we can jump to the. Why can't I? You're kidding me. Is that? This is really annoying. There we go. Can do it. Yes. There we go. Got it. My face is covering up some of the page, and you can't even do it. But you can see it right throughout the year. You can see relatively, but you can see from, let's say this date here is about November 14th. So you've got a good 6 week, a good what we on a good 4.5, 5 weeks of sales. Yeah. So if you want to sell up to today, which is fine, you could sell up to today for Christmas items. So that item is probably selling tons, but it doesn't have any. You can see here. Let's just jump this period here. Now look at this. Look at more over here. You can just see how much this ramps. And even here, $14.95. Yeah, it does drop a little because obviously here it does go down because of the sellers. But this here, I think I sold personally maybe 30 boxes in a day. So you can see what, if I already know that it was in 30, imagine, well, that's how fast it was going to drop. People are just selling out. And obviously a lot of people wouldn't maybe buy 100 units, some do. But a lot of people that may have found this, let's say half by what I bought, 30 to 80. I mean, I was sending in 80, and it was just like within 1 day, 2 days, everything was out of stock. And it was taking me 4 days to get it back in. So I probably was only selling for let's say 7 full days out of, not a month, maybe let's say 10 days out of the month, because I had to get a next day delivery, get it in. It might be less than that, but you get what I'm trying to say. Imagine the potential just by something very simple. So yeah, it does go down, but without long, let's get rid of that one. Without long, it's basically selling for a reasonably decent price. Now, I'll actually show you the product. So all I'll do is I'll jump to this item, and I'm going to just, it should come up on, there we go. So it's out of stock, fine. You would expect, oh, this isn't the one. I'm pretty sure it'll be out. Oh, here it is. Yeah, it's just, what we're going to do is just type in from, and let's just move this thing. Still trying to get used to this new laptop. I had a 2008 Apple Mac, which was pretty good, I guess you can imagine. So we're just going to get rid of some of this. I always find overcomplicating the text in Google does. The keyboard's that'll do. I need to change the capitals. Is this it? Okay, here we are. Oh, you can buy it still, but if you want to buy it, go ahead. But you know, from what I've already told you, what I've told you, it's just I can't. It's only been around for 72 days, so yeah, you can see it's probably a seasonal item, meaning they just change the packaging or something after a while. Let's get rid of this. So I'm going to just show you what I did for this item. Very, very simple. Well, first, it's 3 for 2, okay? And it's from Thornton's, and it is Thornton's, yeah? So that's how simple this is. You don't have to go and find it from a wholesaler. You don't have to, you know, you might think, I'm not going to buy chocolates. People are probably buying them from wholesalers. Well, if you actually just do some calculations, I can't remember, I think I was buying for £6 overall, and I'll show you how. So obviously £20 for 3, divide by 3, £6.66, yeah? And you're thinking, oh, okay, and well, I do collect my Avios points, so you can go, so if I can't get this through complete savings, I don't think you can, which is normally 10% on any retailer. I then go to, so if I can't ever get anything through them, I go to the Avios, and they just collect air miles. I'll build them up over a year and see what I can get, maybe something, I don't know, build them up over 3 years or something. So all you got to do, so all I did is type in this. Very simple. Thornton's discount code. Boom. I think there was even 15% off. Get code. Copy this little fella before it disappears. What's there? Da, da, da. So let's just go. I'm going to go for 30. You can actually even, so I think if you go check out, you can even double up on your Yeah, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to go this far, but you get what I'm trying to say. So once you go through the next stage, if you click around, you can sometimes see here we are. Oh no, not yet. It might not pop up, but basically on this right hand side also you get a pop up which says you want a free Christmas figure, one of these little fellas. So you can use a discount code and get a free little chocolate fella, and I'll give it to my niece or something, and that'll be. So I try to don't judge me, but I try to get as many free things to give away as Christmas presents to reduce down my costs. Well, my spend. So you know, that's just me. And yeah, so basically I can get this for £6 overall. Now, if we jump back, you can currently see it selling at $15.99. Well, at the minute, let's look at the last week. So this is selling at $15.99. Oh god, I hate this. Here we go. I mean, it was selling at, yeah, so it's selling between 12 and whatever. But you can see the seller rank is not budget. Like, it's not, it might look like there's no sales here, yeah? See, anyone that's maybe new may think, well, this is barely anything going on, but really, this is the problem. When you get down to the very finite values, it almost doesn't have to move to make a sale, because it's how is it going to register 250 sales on this? It could do, I guess, but you get it's more like a block represents. I don't know. It's hard to say. You can see the ranking is not going down. This is just me guessing, but it's not going down the same value. So within that little period, I guess it must be done in little periods. So what is that? How was this like? I don't know. Within a period, it must mean a certain amount of sales. It means the system brings it down further in the rank, and obviously so on. But this was doing. I'm going to say it was doing at least 100 sales a day, and it probably still is. And there's 3 sellers. 3 sellers. Now, sorry if you are one of these sellers and people are going to be doing whatever, but I don't think many people would really want to risk it right now, because it's not going to be sold by Christmas. So you have to sell these after Christmas, so probably. It might be booked in by the 27th, 28th, but still. So you can at least sell it for this, and you don't know how many's in stock. You can probably judge by how many's in stock by looking at this, and I normally would say he's a relatively experienced, or they are experienced seller, so they may understand what this is, or what it is or isn't. But anyway, you get what I'm trying to say. So this is something at $15.99, and you can buy it for £6, and you can still buy it for £6, and it's not even really that difficult to find. It's just like, and I found that after not very long of looking on the internet, it might not even be just Thornton's. It could be from any of the sort of branded chocolates. You can, within long, manage to get, I was annoyed that I hadn't sold more of these sort of products. Now overall, over like November and December, I've actually sold like maybe 50 of this, 50 of that, because this is just for this month, and I've been selling these chocolates maybe for a month at least from now. So if you think that would be like I was selling them on the 21st of November, for example, but I was selling out too much. So I was buying £700 like a day of chocolates, not every single day, but a couple of times a week. But it was just not able to get enough in. Almost like it's just one of those things. Do you want to have 300 in inventory, but you don't really know until you've tested the market what it's going to actually do? Because when you see here, wherever the keeper is, you can't really tell as easy how many something's selling. Now, yeah, I mean, for me, I've got a good idea, but I wouldn't expect 30 a day, maybe say 10. So, but that's a massive difference, and it can actually massively change your sales. Now, I don't mind sharing this with you because I won't be selling this, and next year it's probably going to be a different looking one, or it might be the same. You might be able to be lucky and look back, but it's getting you understanding that yes, Q4 is over, but there's so much. Basically, data is everything if you think about it. In all life, in society, and the world, social media is run on data, and it's free. A lot of it is free data that either you're giving or people are figuring out, whatever you want to call it. But the data, if you actually read it in the right way, gives you, it's worth value. It's worth the value. And for example, by retaining, if I just like discarded these, forgot about them, carried on the year, next October comes, I think, what should I, but what really, these were stuff that you prepare for before Christmas, because you already have the knowledge or the information. So you don't wait till December and be like, oh, let's look at chocolates, because you're a bit late. Now I did, or November, because I wasn't aware, but now I am. So I've now got, potentially I've got the BB-8s for next year, if you guys want to have a look for next year. And I've got some Thornton's chocolates, or whatever. This might not be applicable, but that's just say potential maybe. And there may be, and there's other things that they're not going to tell you every item selling, because then, yeah, it's just not worth it. But I don't mind giving the odd one here, there. And it's like, imagine you can sell 10 years. Imagine, who knows what Amazon's going to be in 10 years. Imagine in 10 years, you can literally you have an Excel spreadsheet. You're like, right, here's 50 items, and they're all, if not exactly the same, variations of the same, but they're going to be roughly located the same, maybe retailers, or the same sort of it might be a Christmas item, so it might be under, for example, Christmas chocolates, yeah, Thornton's. Might not be this one, but it'd be something similar. And as long as the principles behind everything are the same, you might be like, here's 50, let's go through them all. Yes, this year 5 might drop off and next year isn't the same. You still got 45. And you're just basically building up a Q4 list, which you can basically use or be aware of. I think I say basically too many times this video, but okay. And it's great information to have, and you don't want to be overlooking it. You might think it's Christmas, let's go on a couple of jollies and eat cranberry sauce or whatever you want to do with your turkey. Yes, we are going to be doing that, and I should be getting very fat. But you also want to spend a bit of time analysing your data. And even if you're not spending ages on it, you just want to be analysing it enough so you are able to take some gems away with you, and hopefully you then implement that in your next Q4 or a bit before for Q4. Anyway, I hope this video is a little bit informative, because it's very difficult definitely after your first Q4. I think you get a bit overwhelmed. You think you're like becoming the next Richard Branson or something, yeah, which I'm sure we've all felt. And actually, in my mind, it does get a lot harder, because it's so, you've gone up on a ramp all year to have a great Q4, and actually for me, it was a shock last year, and now this year I'm actually changing. I've changed my tactics. I'm trying to get rid of all the toys before the end of the year. Even if I got to bring down my prices, I don't mind selling them after Christmas. It's just trying to get rid of them. I don't want to be holding on to the capital, which is tied up in a toy, when I really want to be focusing on other categories, mainly grocery, beauty, health and personal care, all the others that aren't toys, basically. Yeah, so anyway, I'll leave the video there. Have a great Christmas. I'll probably bring a couple more videos out between now and then. But yeah, so hope you enjoyed it. Smash a thumbs up and all the other drizzle that people say on YouTube. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and see you on the next video.